In this season of celebration, I know you have been enjoying the celebration from day one till now. We have few days left, but I have important video that I want you to watch. Why it's better for you to invest in real estate than any other sector in life. This story is about the billionaire that you know, Otedola. I'll just share that. Just watch that video now. Watch that video.
How did you go from a company that was turning over millions by the month to a company that literally was
Billions,
losing
actually. Billions.
billions?
Yes, every month.
How did you go from that though to actually losing that much? What was the process? What happened? What went wrong?
What went wrong? I lost billions. Now, I didn't have a structure. The banks, I also put the blame to the banks, on the doorstep of the banks. All they were interested in was the profit. They were not interested in sustainability of the business. They were short-sighted. So all they were doing was throwing money at me. So they never advised me that, listen, you start up a business and God blesses the business from selling diesel in drums, 200 liters, to selling 400,000 tons a month. I probably had about 93% of the business on my fingertips. More or less, I had the monopoly of that business. So, in 2008, the oil prices collapsed. I had over 1 million tons of diesel on the ICs, and the price dropped from $146 to $34. That was one leg of it. Then, of course, the currency was devalued. I had a lot of dollar exposure. So that was I lost money.
Now, during this time, you had the biggest debt with Ancom, approximately $1.2 billion.
I had two options. Either to commit suicide, because the richest man in Germany then did commit suicide.
Did you consider it yourself?
Well, no. I just knew it was a phase I had to go through.
Just to put it into context, we lost about approximately $480 million when the oil prices crashed.
Now that's $1.2 billion.
More.
Well, with interest.
Right, and then that also added on $258 million through Naira devaluation. And then that was further compounded by $320 million due to
You
interest.
should have your facts right.
And then another $160
So in total, I lost $1.2 billion.
Yes. Now, I mean, that looks like money's going from every angle. How did you manage to recover it and actually sustain your business?
No. After I lost the money, something that struck me was, listen, I had to, my father has always been one of my role models in life and my mentor. And the first thing was I had to protect his name. Mm-hmm. He had a policy, honesty was the best policy. So I had to protect that name. And of course, the integrity. So, what option did I have? Like I said earlier, suicide or weather the storm. And I decided to weather the storm. I now looked at the entire scenario. Of course, I put a blame on the banks for not advising me to have a proper structure when the money was rolling in. So, I looked at the numbers, and of course, then, like it happened in America, the president of America did bail out a lot of companies. So the government set up AMCON. So my debt was about $1.2 billion. Mm-hmm. So the banks also had to take a haircut.
Yes.
Of course, good for them for their carelessness and greed. So they took the haircut. So they sold the debt to AMCON for, I think, about $800 million. So they took the shave of about $400 million. So I was left with a debt of $400 million. So I sat with AMCON and said, listen, AMCON did offer me restructuring. And I insisted no. I didn't want the restructuring. I wanted to pay the debts and move on and start my life again. So you got reputable firms to value my assets. And then I think I had about 100 and, okay, let me just, in the context of properties, in measured in flats, I think I had about 184 flats, which I gave up. I was the largest investor in Nigeria in the banking sector, which I gave up.
So you gave up a lot of shares in banks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The major banks in Nigeria. In fact, I remember vividly that the central bank governor then did call me and said, what's the strategy? You have all these shares in all these banks. Then, of course, African Finance Corporation was a major shareholder. I was the chairman of Transport Hilton. I was the second largest shareholder in Mobile Oil Nigeria Limited, second largest shareholder in Chevron Texaco, Visa Phone, several companies. So I gave up everything. They valued everything, and I decided to give up everything.
So by the time you literally relinquished all of that that you had accumulated, what was you left with?
I was left with my house in Ikoyi, my house in Abuja, my office on Walter Carrington, and my 37% stake in African Petroleum.
And how did you feel at that moment when you've lost over half of everything, all your assets? What was going through your mind? How did you feel?
No, I just had that feeling in me that once God blesses you, He never takes away His blessings.
After watching the video, I believe you have learned one or two things there. Let's assume Otedola did not invest in real estate, or you not have landed property or house. Two things that is there: either he commits suicide or is roaming around the street begging. So that is the power of real estate, for you to bounce back when you have any issue or any problem. This can only be done through real estate or having a landed property or a house. So I'm inviting you today that your 500,000, your 1 million, your 2 million, your 3 million, your 5 million naira, your 10 million, your 20 million can afford you the best that can take care of you for the rest of your life. You are saying, I don't want to go there, it's a bush now. I don't want to go there, it's a bush. You forget that the city where you are staying now, where you are living, that your mansion that is located at Lekki, Aja, Ikeja, or anywhere here in Lagos or in Nigeria was once a bush where you cannot even tell your enemy to go and live or stay. So it is only in real estate that you can bounce back when you have issue. So get started today. I am satisfied, licensed by Lagos State Real Estate Regulatory Authority. I still remain your property consultant, Shedrack. As I come your way next time, keep investing in real estate. Thank you.